Welcome to my YouTube channel, Mr. Foggy Nights. Here, shadows come alive, and the fog tells tales of terror. If you are brave enough to step into the unknown, get ready for spooky stories and terrifying secrets hidden in the darkness. John, a college student, had just moved to a new city for his studies. He lived in an old but affordable hostel. One night, as he was studying for his exams, he heard footsteps around 2 a.m. He peeked through his window and saw a strange man slowly walking down the hostel corridor. John assumed it was a staff member, but the man kept passing by his window repeatedly. After a while, John noticed that the man had stopped outside his door and started knocking. Terrified, John turned off the lights and hid in his bed. Suddenly, he heard a whisper outside the door saying, "I can see you." John's heart raced. He cautiously looked towards the door and saw an eye peeking through the gap beneath it. He immediately called security. Within minutes, the guards arrived, but by the time they got there, the man had vanished. Later, it was revealed that several students had seen the stranger roaming the hostel that night, but no one knew who he was. Linda was a bright student who often studied late at the college library. One evening, she stayed until 11 p.m. to prepare for her exams. The library was almost empty, with only a few students left. After a while, Linda felt like someone was watching her. She looked around but saw no one. She ignored it and focused on her studies again. A few minutes later, she noticed a shadow passing by her table. She thought it was just a trick of her eyes. But as she got up to pack her books, she felt the shadow moving toward her. Nervously, she turned around but saw nothing. As she walked toward the exit, she felt a cold hand on her shoulder. She spun around, but no one was there. She quickly ran out of the library. The next day, she asked a library staff member about the incident. The staff member revealed that many years ago, a student had taken her own life in the library, and since then, some people had reported seeing her shadow wandering there. Sam and his friend Jack were roommates in a college hostel. They got an old room that was very cheap. Everything seemed fine at first, but within a few days, Sam started noticing strange things. At night, he often felt as if someone was standing next to his bed. He spoke to Jack about it, but Jack brushed it off. One night, Sam woke up in the middle of the night to find Jack missing from his bed. Suddenly, he heard whispering from the bathroom. Nervously, Sam opened the bathroom door, but no one was inside. Moments later, he saw Jack sitting on his bed saying, "You need to leave. This place isn't safe." Shocked, Sam realized Jack was still asleep, but his eyes were closed. Terrified, Sam ran out of the room. The next day, Sam asked the hostel manager about the incident. The manager explained that a few years ago, a student had taken his life in that very room, and ever since, people who stayed there reported strange occurrences. Sam and Jack immediately requested to change their room, but the mystery of that hostel room remains unsolved. These stories remind us that sometimes fear is real, and strange events can happen around us.